I thought this was tougher, maybe because it's been absent so long.
Well, and there are a couple of very long words.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, so we'll take those apart.
good. Let me get my paper.
All right. So Joseph, remember last time, several weeks ago, set this all up. And once
Yes.
again, we have this Asher al Beito guy, his interpreter, steward, chief butler, whatever he is, charge of his house. So he sets it up. He puts the money back in again. All of the money that they brought, the money to make up for the previous time, plus the money for this time. And he takes his court chalice and puts it into the bag of Benjamin.
Yeah.
And sends them on their way. And hem yatzeu et ha'ir. So they departed the city. They went out and they left the city. Would be the English. They went out from the city, but again, the out from is in the yatzeu. So therefore, the ha'ir, the city, is the direct object. So they are gone. Lo hirkiku, not very far. Charkek, rachak is distance, is a farness. And hirkiku, they have not gone far.
This is one of the causatives.
Yes, they in a sense they have not caused distance.
Mm.
Rachok is far away.
Right.
So they have not caused far awayness. And no sooner basically than they leave, Yosef Amar la Asher al Beito. So Joseph says to his Asher Beito, Kum, get up, Redof, chase after, pursue. So if you ever go to a temple called Rodef Shalom, they're pursuers of Shalom. So get up and pursue Acharei ha'anashim, after the men. And because they're traveling in a pack and you're traveling by yourself, v'hisagtam, you will overtake them.
So overtake is seek temp.
Yeah, hasag. Hasag is overtake.
Oh, hasag.
That's the root.
Hasag, hisagtam, you will overtake them. And in a sense, it's caused the distance to close between you.
Mm.
So they haven't caused distance to happen, and you will now cause the distance between you to
Can you
lessen.
go back?
Yes.
I got to the householder, and then
Okay.
kum.
Kum, get up.
What?
Kum is arise, get up. Redof is pursue. These are imperatives. Get up and pursue. Get up, pursue. Acharei ha'anashim, after the men.
Is that the word that gets to be friend or neighbor in modern Hebrew? Havarim.
Which
We get to it somewhere. It sounds like
Oh.
Havarim. Yeah. The men, yeah. Overtake, yeah. And
Yisagtam, yes, overtake them. Va'amarta alehem, and you will say to them, quote, Lama shilamtem ra'a tachat tova. Notice the word shilamtem, the root is shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Shilam in this form is a payment or repayment.
Wait,
or
the-
in a sense, completing the deal. When you pay somebody, you've completed the deal. Remember, shalom is wholeness, completion, well-being. It's a whole bunch of different things. One of the things it isn't is hello and goodbye. And it's peace in the sense that peace is a sense of wholeness, of full balance. So why have you repaid shilamtem? Why have you repaid ra'ah tachat tova? Bad, literally bad under good. But tachat is often an instead of or in place of, a replacement. Why have you repaid bad for the in place of the good? That is, I did good to you. Why did you do bad back to me? Why have you completed our interaction with bad under my good? Of course, Joseph, in fact, did not act in good faith,
Mm-hmm.
but Joseph is telling them that he acted in good faith, giving them this special treatment, bringing them into his home. But these are the words he's telling the Asher al Beito, that which was on his house, his surrogate person. He's telling him, say to them specifically these words. And then verse 5, he says, Halo ze asher yishte adoni bo. So ha, remember, here is here comes a question. And the statement is lo ze asher yishte and adoni. So is not this that my master drinks in it?
Sharon.
So is not the thing that my master drinks from, but ze this, asher that, yishte he will drink, Adoni is my master, bo in it. When you translate it into English word for word, it gets to be a very convoluted sentence.
Yeah.
So Nachesh, Nachesh, what are
Well, yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
oh, sorry.
The
So
bow,
right now we're the thing that my master drinks from. Is it not that the thing that my master drinks from?
the who is it? The who?
No, there's no who, not yet. We haven't gotten there yet. We're just in Halo ze asher yishte adoni bo.
And who's Ishta? Te?
Yishtez he will drink. Shotez drink. So the thing that my master drinks in it. The thing my master drinks from. So we're referring to the chalice here. Is it not that the thing that my master drinks from, it's actually a very cryptic kind of statement because they don't know that the goblet is in Benjamin's saddlebag. They don't know anything about a goblet, but cryptically, the servant, the Asher al Beito person, is saying to them, is it not the thing that my master drinks in it?
Hmm.
Then v'hu nachesh yenachesh bo. And he, that is my master, nachesh yenachesh. Nachesh is the word for divining. A nachash, by the way, is a serpent.
Yeah.
So there was a connection there, but nachesh yenachesh, he truly divines in it. That is, the thing that my master drinks from is his divining tool. It is his divining tool.
Oh.
So you didn't think that if you took his divining tool, he wouldn't know? Again, very cryptic kind of statement that the servant is making to the brothers because they have no idea what he's talking about. And so the Hebrew is actually a little bit of a convoluted, cryptic kind of intentional statement.
Yeah.
Because
but-
Joseph knows what he's done and what's going to happen. The servant clearly knows because he's the one who put the goblet in the saddlebag. But he's making the statement of, you guys took off, you stole, you did bad for the good that you were given. Don't you think that he could track his divining tool wherever it goes? He's got a GPS chip in it.
Who's the narrator?
Well, the narrator, you mean who's doing the talking?
Well, at some
telling the
point Joseph does, but
So the narrator is telling us that Joseph is informing his servant to chase after the brothers and say specifically to them. And the second half of verse 4 and verse 5 is what the servant is, the words that the servant is supposed to say to the men, to the brothers.
Yeah.
Again, the brothers have no idea what he's talking about.
Can you say that Nachesh part again? I'm sorry.
Yes, so Nachesh literally means he's in divining, he will divine.
So Nachesh is a gerund, like is an ing.
Yes, exactly. Whenever we have again, remember we have the infinitive form followed by the active verb form. And in English, we usually translate it as he can surely divine. But in divining, he will divine. In it. Hareotem asher asitem. The badness that you did. So in his divining cup, he knows what you've done, the evil that you've done. Hareotam. The rea here is not the word for neighbor. It's the word comes from ra, bad, which we saw up here as ra'ah, that you did the bad, and here hareotam, the badness that you did. So you didn't think he could figure out what you've done bad to him? Of course, they didn't know that they did anything bad to him. So this is now, verse 5 is Joseph informing his servant what to do and what to say. You will get up, you will chase after them, you will catch up to them, you will say to them. And now verse 6, Vayasigem, and he did overtake them. So now we're in the, as he was instructed, so it happened. Vayasigem, and he overtook them. Vayadaber alehem, and he spoke to them. Et hadvarim ha'ela, these words. So he's doing he's going to fulfill the commandment from the instructions from Joseph to catch them and to say to them. So he catches them and he says to them exactly the words that Joseph told him to say. So between verse 6 and verse 7 is verse 5 restated. We don't get it says he said to them these words, but we don't get these words because these words were what he was instructed to say.
Right.
So verse 6.5 would be a repetition of verse 5. So he said to, and Vayomru Elav, so they said to him. Now it's interesting, they said to him, not Judah said to him, Reuben said to him, but we have, they are all speaking at the same time, apparently. They're all saying to him.
Where do you see the to him there?
Elav,
Yes.
to him,
To him.
to him. El is to, elav to him,
And to them would be,
alehem, which was over here at the beginning. He said to them, alehem. They said to him, elav.
Mhm.
Lama yidaber Adoni. So why is speaking Adoni, my master, kadvarim ha'ela, as these words? So they are very confused. They are saying, what is your boss, my master, saying? Yidaber kadvarim ha'ela, ka as dvarim ha'ela, these words.
Why isn't it just the words instead of as these words? What?
Yeah, in other words, why is he speaking like this? Halayla, rather, I'm sorry, Chalila,
What's the word before that, these words?
Ha'ela, these, Dvarim Ha'ela, these words. Ha'ela is these. Chalila is an expression in Hebrew that is often translated as God forbid. Chalila is an oath word. There is no real, because it's not God forbid, obviously, there's no God in there. One could also translate it as heaven forfend.
Zounds.
Yes, zounds. Yikes. But it's Chalila is a very strong oath word. Chalila la'avadecha me'asot kadavar hazeh. Far be it, heaven forfend, to your servants from doing this thing, as this thing. So again, they don't know what he's talking about, but whatever he's talking about, they're saying, oh God, we didn't do anything like that. I swear, we swear. We have no idea what you're talking about, but whatever it is, we didn't do it. So, Chalila lavadecha me'asot, from doing, kadavar hazeh, as this thing, or as this word, or as this statement that you've just made. You're accusing us. And just like Vinny's cousin who said, I shot the clerk, they're saying, we didn't do whatever it is you're saying, we didn't do it. Far be it from us, from your servants, from doing this thing. Eight. Hain. Hain is again like a hine. It's a very strong behold. Indeed. Hain kesef asher matzanu befi am techotenu. The silver that we found in the mouth of our saddlebags. And again, amtacha is a saddlebag, amtachot, saddlebags, enu, our saddlebags. So we can usually, when you have big words in Hebrew, you can tear them apart by knowing the prefixes and the suffixes. So indeed, kesef asher matzanu befi, we found on our way home last time, we found silver in the mouth of our saddlebags. Heshivonu. Heshiv is cause to return. Heshivonu, we returned it. Elecha, to you. So alehem, to them. Elav, to him. Elecha, to you. So we came back, May Eretz Canaan, we came back from the land of Canaan. We returned the silver that we found in our saddlebags to you. So we not only did we pay you for this round, we repaid you for the first round because we didn't know where that money came back to us. So how nignov mi beit adonecha? How nignov, we will steal mi beit adonecha, from the house of your servant, your master, rather. So we're so honest, we brought back the extra change you gave us. So, you go to Whole Foods, you give them a $50 bill for a $49 purchase, and they give you $11 in change. You go back to Whole Foods, you say you overpaid me, you over-returned my change by $10. Here it is back again. And on your way out, they stop you and they say you stole a can of tuna.
At least make it worth worth stealing.
Yeah,
Some good ice
We-
cream or something.
yeah. We brought
Castle
back
bars.
the money that you overpaid us, you gave us, that came back to us. So how can we're so honest, how could you say that we are thieves, that we stole? Nignov mi beit adonecha, we stole or robbed from the house of your master. Kesef ozahav, silver or gold. Now, here, remember, they're being accused of stealing something from the palace, from Joseph's house, and they don't know what they've been accused of stealing. So they're saying, not only didn't we steal the silver that came back in our saddlebags, but we didn't steal anything, even that which is more precious. As you said, Diane, make it worthwhile stealing. We didn't steal gold either. So how can you say that? We have stolen nothing. And we are so honest, we will let you search our saddlebags, verse 9. Check it out. There's nothing that would be stolen in our saddlebags. We didn't do anything. Asher yimatse ito, that who will be found it. So you say something was stolen from the palace. If you find it, whoever you find it in possession of, me'avadecha, from your servants, vamet, and die.
Oh, boy.
Tough
If
penalty.
you find anything among these 11 brothers, that brother can be put to death.
Could you go through that again? The
Yep.
word-
So Asher Yimatse Ito, that will be found with him. So whatever was stolen, which we have no idea what you're talking about, and far be it from us to do it, God forbid that we would have done it, that any of us would have done it. If you find something stolen, the one that you find the stolen stuff with, Asher Yimatse Ito, that will be found in the with him. Me'avadecha, from your servants, that's us, vamet, and make him dead. Now we get to some really interesting stuff of communal responsibility. So if any one of us has stolen something and you find it, you can kill him. V'gam anachnu nihyeh la'adoni la'avadim, and we will all be servants to your master, to my master. So if any one of us has stolen something, we agree he can be put to death for stealing it. And all of the rest of us, nihyeh, we will be, la'adoni, to my master, la'avadim, to servants. His life is forfeit and our freedom is forfeit if any one of us has stolen anything from the palace.
Ano, what is it? Anachnu. We.
Anachnu, we. Anachnu is just we. Ani is I, anachnu, we. Or the long form, anochi, I, anachnu, we. And again, nihyeh already contains the we, the first person plural, nihyeh, we will be. So it's anachnu nihyeh, we will be. Also, we will be. So this is their statement back to the Asher al Beito, to the one who has pursued them on behalf of Joseph. Vayomer, and so he now says, this is the Egyptian interpreter, Gam ata kedivrechem, kain hu. So also now, ata with an ayin is now. Ke divrei chem. Divrei, words of, ke, as the words of, chem, your. So now, as your words, kidvrechem, kedivrechem, as your words, came who? Yes, it. In English, we would say, so will it be. But literally just, yes, it. Thus it.
And what was gum?
Also.
Also. Every time it is.
Yeah, also. So also us, and also now. So right now, gamata would be basically right now, immediately. So we're not going to delay till you get back and face the judge. Also now. So right now, we're going to do as you have spoken. Chedivrechem, according to your words. Kenhu,
Hey, Larry.
that, yes, it will be.
It's going
Asher
to
yimatzeh
kitchen. Aaron.
Asher yimatzeh ito. Again, that will be found with him. So the one that is now found with the stolen object is not going to be put to death. Yihyeh li aved. He will be to me a servant. So whoever has the stolen object, he will come back as my servant.
Is that the servant's servant or the
The servant's servant, yes. The servant's servant. Or an apprentice servant to Joseph. Whoever we find the object in, he will be my Padawan. Va'atem, and you all, you plural, tihiyu nikiyim, you will be clean.
Kiyim is clean.
Yes, absolved. Nakeh Yanakeh, he will surely be absolved.
Could you show where we are?
We're right before 11. Atem Niki Tiyu Nikiim, you will be absolved. You will be guilt-free. You will not be ruled as accomplices. You will not be indicted or unindicted co-conspirators.
Sorry, could you start with Aved? Aved?
Aved. Aved is Eved at the end of a sentence or phrase.
Mhm.
Just like Geffen and Goffen, Eretz and Aretz. Here's Eved and Aved. So in reading this, but going back to 10, Vayomer, Gam ata kedivrechem kenhu, asher yimatse ito yeli aved. So that's how the orator would verbally punctuate. Vayomer gam ata kedivrechem kenhu. New thought. Asher yimatze ito yeli aved. So he said, also now, according to your words, so it will be. That who is found with it will be to me a servant.
Mm.
Vatem tihiyu nikiyim, and you will be innocent, guiltless, absolved.
Excuse me,
So
I have a
11,
So you is always in plural, right?
you plural is always plural.
No, in this
Atem
one,
is you plural. Ata is you singular.
no, when you say TU,
Tihiyu, yihiyu, yeah, yihiyeh is singular, will
yes.
be. Tihiyu is you will be. Yihiyeh, he will be. Tihiyu, you will be.
But isn't
You
the,
plural will be. Tihiyeh, you singular will be.
Yes, that was my question. Thank you.
Yes.
but,
Yeah.
but don't you-
Tihiyu is you plural will be.
Yeah.
Tihiyeh would be you singular will be.
Mhm.
Hey, that was we will be.
And Nihiyeh is we will be. Ehiyeh is I will be.
so is the atem, is that superfluous?
Yes.
Okay.
As was the anachnu and the nihiyeh. It's either superfluous or emphatic.
Mm.
The atem and you, tihiyu nikiyim, you will be cleared.
You.
Hmm.
But again, in reading it, you would say the atem tihiyu nikiyim, and you will be, which we do in English for emphasis.
Mhm.
So they are certain that there's no shenanigans going on.
Little
The
is a
servant is the interpreter is certain that there are shenanigans going on because the interpreter was the shenanigizer.
I like that.
Set them up.
Set him up and knock him down. Vayimaharu, and they hurried. Maher is hasten or hurry. Yimaharu is they will hasten. Va yimaharu, and they hastened. They hurried. Vayoridu, and they went down. Because when you're getting off a donkey, it's the only direction you should be going.
Mm.
Which is the old story of how do you get down off a camel? And the answer, of course, is you don't, you get down off a goose. So they hurried and alighted, disensaddled. They got down. Ish et amtachto. So they took down a man his saddlebag. And again, I was saying you can translate ish here as each. They each took down his saddlebag. And they took it down artsa. They put it down on the ground, because that's what you have to do if you want to open it. Vayiftechu, and they opened ish amtachto. So each
Open this that way.
opened his saddlebag. And they searched. Vayichapes, 12. Vayichapes, and they searched. Bagadol hechel, in the beginning. Va'uvakaton kila, and the small ending. So they searched from the oldest down to the youngest, from the biggest to the smallest. So starting with Reuben, and they searched all 11 till they got to Binyamin, proving once again that you always find what you're looking for in the last place you look.
Mhm.
So they search in birth order, it would seem. Vayimatse Hagavia, they found the goblet. Ba'am Tachat Binyamin. And there was the goblet in Benjamin's saddlebag. Now, remembering how they treated the other son of Rachel,
Yes.
one can wonder if they all turn to Benjamin and say, "You're just like your brother.
Mhm.
You're a spoiled brat. What did you do?"
What was
Did
Kila
they
at
do
the end
that?
of this previous sentence, this previous line?
Yeah, Rabbi, can you go through the whole
Yes, so
thing?
we're going to go back.
Those are new words, beginning and a
Yes,
little.
yes, we're going to go back. So Vayoridu, going back to 10, Vayomer Gamata, we did all of that, 11. Vayimaharu, Vayoridu Ish et Amtachto, Artsa. So they hurried and they brought down each man his saddlebag to the ground. Vayiftechu Ish Amtachto, and they opened each man his saddlebag. So they each opened up their saddlebag. 12, Vayichapes, and he searched. So the he here would be then the Asher al Beito, the interpreter, the Joseph man. And the Joseph man, of course, knew where to look for what he was looking for,
We put it there.
because he put it there. So he makes a big show of searching them from the oldest one saddlebag down to the youngest one saddlebag. He doesn't go straight to the one where he knows it is, but he plays at, I'm going to do a normal search. And he searches Bagadol in the big, Echal beginning, Ufakaton, Kila, and the small ending.
So he's very conscious of dramatic effect here.
Exactly.
The whole thing is an act.
The whole thing, of course, it's a whole setup. But he set them up in such a way that he doesn't want to let them know that he set them up. And he set them up at the direction of Joseph, whom they don't know yet is Joseph.
All the intrigue.
All the intrigue.
Perils of
And
Benjamin.
Yeah, and the brothers are listed as the gadol to the katan, the big to the small. The indication here, the oldest to the youngest.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, he finds Hagavia, he finds the goblet, Ba'am Tachat Binyamin, in the saddlebag of Benjamin.
Did we ever hear about this goblet before? He was
Yes.
interpreting dreams.
Yeah, no, we never heard about it until Joseph uses it as the setup. Back in remember in the dreams that Joseph's interpreting, it's always a kos, it's just a cup. Kos Pharaoh, the cup of Pharaoh.
Yeah.
All
Now-
of a sudden, when it comes to Joseph, and he wants to deal not with the royal goblet, but the second in command chalice. Now it's a gavia. But again, we're told in this particular part of the story that that was the divining chalice. So that makes it special.
Well, at least the servant is telling them that, right? We don't know if that's true.
Right. The servant is telling them that this was his master's divining chalice, divining goblet. Because how else would Joseph have known so quickly that it was missing and that it had been stolen if he had not divined it? As far as the brothers are concerned, and as far as the act being put on by the interpreter. I mean, it's always very easy to know something happened if you did it in the first place.
Still very tricky,
Or if you divine it after the fact.
Joseph.
But here, remember, they've been told that the person who finds it, which is Benjamin, will become a servant to the servant, and everybody else can go home scot-free.
Which is not going to sit well with Daddy.
Not going to sit well with Dad, but that didn't
the
seem to
brothers know
bother
it.
them the last time around with the other son of Rachel.
Right.
So the question
So-
is whether the brothers will really care or not, right?
Right. Will the brothers care about Benjamin? Will the brothers care about their father through Benjamin?
Or their
Have the
inheritance.
brothers changed their attitude about their relationship to their half-brother?
Mhm.
For remember, he is the half-brother to every one of the rest.
Right.
All of the rest of them have full brothers. Benjamin is now the only one without a full brother.
Maybe,
Well, as far as they know.
right.
So yes, where will they go? Will they, now that they know that Benjamin's going to be okay and is going to be sold back down to Egypt, which is what they did to Joseph, and they apparently didn't have a guilty conscience too much at that point? Will they go home and say, well, Dad, looks like you
Two
got
down.
another brother sold to slavery in Egypt? Will they say, phew, we got off on that one?
Or not go home at all.
So, what will
Well.
happen? Sometime possibly in July or maybe next fall, we'll see what our summer schedule goes to. Because our next time together is 2 weeks, Sunday morning from 10:30 to 12 at Griggs Park, weather permitting.
Oh, right,
I-
right.
If it's going to be 95, we will not do it. We'll do it at our house with the ACs on.
What's the date of the?
July 7.
July 7th, okay. I'm sure it's on my calendar, but
That's
Yeah,
next
I'm
week,
sure it
right?
is.
No,
Yeah.
next week is the 30th.
2 weeks.
Oh, phew.
That's
Okay.
2 weeks. 2 weeks is July 7.
30th and nothing.
30th, I'm going to be in
Elsewhere.
Nahant doing a bat mitzvah.
How
Nice.
nice.
So, for the potluck, I mean, is that gonna be a potluck, breakfast, lunch, something?
Well, or bring your BYO or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Bring enough for you, bring to share, whatever you like.
Why don't at the end you let us talk about what to bring? and you
I'm
don't have to
doing
be
that.
part of it.
Yes, I'm going to now turn
Move-
off my volume, turn off my picture, and you can all talk. And I'll come back when I see a blank screen.
And July is my birthday month.
Yay.
Eh,
So.
Are you
um,
going to read 12 to us?
So, what, all right, well, all right, here, we'll do this quickly.
But that's not happening for a long time.
That's not gonna happen for a while,
Okay,
but this is
Yeah.
the story. Yeah, Vayikra'u Simlo Tam, just let you know, I'll let you practice it without my reading it. but
Okay.
Their immediate response was, they tore their garments.
Yeah.
they've
So that's a
matured.
good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'll give you a little time to talk with each other. Let me mute my